2 p.m. Listen also live on TuneIn Radio. The Angels Gospel Show. 2 hours of...
Hello, St. Pete. Welcome to the District 7 newsletter. We're back with more updates and opportunities for you to get involved. Let's dive into the latest news. Healthy Food Action Plan. The City of St. Petersburg is introducing a new program called the Healthy Food Action Plan, aimed at addressing the social, environmental, economic, and physical aspects of food access and security in St. Pete through programs, projects, partnerships, and policies. The Healthy Food Action Plan project is funded by federal funds to the city through the American Rescue Plan Act, ARPA, and will be operated by Healthy St. Pete, a division of the city's Parks and Recreation Department. The Healthy Food Action Plan will focus specifically on 16 census tracts designated by the city as healthy food priority areas. In-person meetings will be held November 28, 9:30 a.m. and December 11, 6:30 p.m. at the Frank Pierce and Enoch Davis Centers, respectively. For information on the program and to register for a virtual session, visit healthystpetfl.com for details.
Water shortage notice. Due to the current drought conditions, the Southwest Florida Water Management District has issued a modified Phase 1 water shortage order that includes the city of St. Petersburg. The order goes into effect on December 1, 2023. This order comes after significantly below normal rainfall, reduced river levels, and increasing water supply concerns. To help conserve water, the city is shifting to a temporary watering restriction of once a week. This restriction applies to properties watering with potable, city, water from private wells, or private connections to surface water sources, lakes, ponds, etc. Additionally, residents should adjust their irrigation timer to ensure the settings are correct, as restriction enforcement activities will continue to be enhanced. This order goes into effect on December 1st and is expected to stand until July 1st, 2024. Please ensure all water systems are properly set up and prepare for an adjusted watering schedule.
Mayor's City Hall on Tour. Don't miss the opportunity to be part of the Mayor's City Hall on Tour on December 5th at 6 p.m. at Childs Park Recreation Center. Engage in meaningful discussions about local issues, share your thoughts, and connect with Mayor Ken Welch and other city leaders. It's a chance to have your voice heard and actively contribute to the dialogue shaping our community.
PSTA Community Bus Plan Survey. Calling all Pinellas County residents. Your voice is a crucial factor in shaping the future of our transit system. Participate in the PSTA Community Bus Plan Survey at bit.ly/envisionpsta to share your insights and ideas. Mark your calendars for the upcoming public workshop on December 12th, located at Enoch Davis Center, 1111 18th Avenue South, St. Petersburg, Florida 33705, from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Together, let's actively contribute to the development of a transit system that truly mirrors the needs and preferences of our community.
The Community Reentry Experience. Get ready to embrace second chances at the Community Reentry Experience on December 12 at 12 p.m., hosted by Councilmember Mohammed and community partners. Join us to actively support reentry initiatives, engage in discussions about challenges, and walk a mile in the shoes of a returning citizen during our reentry simulation. Mark the date on your calendar and be part of making a positive impact. The Community Reentry Experience is on December 12 at 12 p.m. at the Center for Health Equity, 2333 34th Street, South St. Petersburg. Save the date and make a difference.
South St. Petersburg CRA Microfund Program.
Oh, we right in it like
Starting
that?
December 14th.
Hey, man,
the
good
city
morning.
will
It's King
reopen
Dad, the
applications
voice of the
for
people,
the
man.
South St. Petersburg CRA
Hey, we ain't got no
Microfund
mics. I don't hear my stuff.
The program provides businesses
That one
located in
too
the
cool.
South St.
Yep, there we go.
Petersburg
Hey,
community redevelopment
level me up,
with
please.
funding as
Check,
well as
check. Here we
virtual
go, man. It's
outreach,
King Jad, the
skills,
voice of the
education,
people.
mentoring,
And I'm going to get out the way and let Brother
This
Johnny.
support allows
Good morning,
businesses
good morning,
within the
Good morning.
South
You're
St.
listening
Pete
to
CRA.
the voice of the people, the voice of the people, King Jab and the voice of the people, 99.1 FM, WJM, 99 Jams the Bird, Carafesta Radio. Please call us in at 727-637-2416. That's 727-637-2416. What do we got this morning, King Jab?
So first thing, right, Dream, turn that first mic off. That's your mic, yellow. And then level us up, please, because I just feel like we ain't being heard. We being heard now.
Loud and clear.
Okay, man. So we right in it. So I got a few stories we go touch. Not a lot. I just want to give people some stories. You know what I mean? I got to give them some local news.
Yes, sir.
And then we go proceed. We go proceed with the show because I got a lot to unpack today, and we go get it done. My first story is I'm gonna touch this and move on because it's actually one of my colleagues, and I just really want to do exactly what I say: touch it and move on. A St. Pete woman was found not guilty by reason of insanity in the murder of her sister, and I'm just glad that the doctor's not being held under scrutiny, and they're definitely taking the mental health aspect.
Yes.
As she wasn't right,
which is very close to home with myself. She's actually my cousin.
Yes, colleague,
that's my family. So,
and from what I'm getting is, it couldn't have been right because she loved her sister.
Oh man,
you know what I mean? Like, so
inseparable.
I just want to touch that and let the listeners know that so that's how they're going to proceed with that, and that's kind of very near to me. I respect it. Florida has handed out grades for every school in every school district. We not gonna touch this today, y'all.
Report cards are in.
Yeah. But we gonna touch it next week. I want to segment this because I want to see how our schools faring up. It's a lot going on in our schools. As I was talking to Brother Donnie before we jumped on, our teachers unions being handicapped. Most of them, just look at it like this. Take all of the administration, all of the naysayers, the school board, all of that, man, the teachers is having hell right now.
Yes, sir.
I got to deal with a faulty administration.
Yes.
Faulty supervision over the administration.
Yes.
Parents, what the lady said online, you don't know how to handle him?
That's it.
If I would have called you with him in the full Nelson, you'd have had a problem.
Exactly.
You don't know how to handle him. No, never mind. And you got outsiders.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Signifies that's and I really, really look at it as it's a massive attack on our black women, man. It's a massive attack being launched on our black women that's in position. And from me being the voice of the people, what I see, most of this being see. My wife told me, right? So let's do this. My wife said, you need to watch how you pronounce words.
Yeah, it's been perpetuated.
So you know what I told her?
What's it?
Why you think I got Donnie there?
Shout out to the queen. But you're right. These aggressions, microaggressions and macroaggressions are being perpetuated. It seems as if to target a particular section of teachers, because if you've noticed in the complaints that have come up, very rarely do you see white men being targeted in these complaints. Very rarely do you see that. We have to look at demographics because we understand that race helped to shape the way we see the world and the way we see our nation. But very rarely do you see white men isolated and being seen as those who are the shepherds over what they call failure factories. We got to look how we understand this thing. You know, sometimes when you see who you cannot criticize, you realize who your rulers are.
And from my outlook on it, I see the new extension of, because I said that the Spanish male was a new extension of white supremacy. Now my newest extension is the old black man.
Yeah, unfortunately.
You Negroes with a GGAZ should be ashamed of y'allself. The gatekeeping got to stop.
That's what it is.
If you attack the woman in position, I can only imagine what you're thinking about doing to me.
Most definitely.
And I think that the only issue is first of all, man, our people in position, our elected officials, our people that's in position, a lot of these people are. I'm trying to word this, easily offended when we grown.
Come on now.
So you operating out of your feelings.
That's it.
So when it comes to dealing with our people, or even with me, oh, you mad because I said something you ain't like.
That's it.
So you don't like me. And that's how y'all around here operating, y'all in y'all 60s, 70s, which is really the big problem, because y'all trying to guide us and navigate us from the civil rights era. And y'all need to get the hell out the way.
You know, Brother King Jab, a very interesting thing. I was speaking with my father one time, and we were listening to James Brown. And James Brown put a lot of wisdom in his music. A lot of people don't understand that, but there was a lot of wisdom that came out of James Brown, and that he was able to use an urban voice of African American vernacular English and can communicate to people who would have been missed by the high, quote unquote, academic language that other people might have used. He made a song. He called it "Give It Up or Turn It Loose." So I was speaking to my father. I said, "Hey, Pop, isn't the result the same?" He said, "Yeah, but the process is different. See, when you give it up, sometimes you don't turn it loose. And when you turn it loose, sometimes you don't give it up. But he said, give it up or turn it loose, right? And that's really how leadership has to flow when it changes from one generation into the next. You have to understand, listen, if you're going to occupy a position so long that you become a jackass in that position, you have to realize that you personalize that, you egotize that position, and then you got to give it up. You got to turn it loose. You're pushing against time, and you will not win against time. You will not win against time, because time is going to give you demands that's going to put you out of step with time. And then you won't even be able to speak in the proper tense because you're out of step with time.
So, and you always put me in a different mind state. And like what we saying, actually go up the ladder, because that's the major problem with our HBCUs.
Come on now.
These old Negro GGAs.
Come on.
Cause y'all, I'm telling you,
yes,
like, and that's the problem, y'all. Like, the job security is just unfounded. Y'all want to sit there till y'all in y'all 70s and 80s trying to be leaders, man, of this young man.
Yes,
like,
yes, that's true.
A 70-year-old man can't really lead him nowhere.
Right. He can give him experiential knowledge.
That's it.
Yeah.
You can show him what and what not to do.
Yes, sir.
But you can't lead him in 2024 because you're an advisor.
Right.
Not really a mentor.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So you sitting in that position is really hindering. And I always said, bro, like, y'all to sit there and die with the torch in your hand, let it just fall on the ground, versus training somebody and passing it.
That's the truth. That's most certainly the truth. And it's unfortunate. But I think that as the middle-aged individuals grow into these positions, then they're able to point out better the ridiculousness that you see when you have a person who's, I believe, 82 as the president of the United States of America, who, even when he talks, he speaks from the 20th century. He speaks from he talked the other day about the Cold War. He said, Vladimir Putin wants to establish the Soviet Union again. Come on, man. If you're not, listen, King Jab, you and I were both children when the Soviet Union dissolved. But this is the mentality that we're thinking. And so the rest of the world that's younger is looking at this, and they're wondering why these octogenarians are vying for positions, because they don't want to give power up. They don't know how to give it up and turn it loose.
Hey, so I got one more story.
Go ahead.
And it's crazy, like, how I'm intertwining this, because it's actually a public official who, hey, man, I done said I don't like this. And she didn't get in her feelings. She came back and said, hey, if you don't like it, what's next? You know what I mean? And even right now, how she operating, I respect it because of that. Because, I mean, listen, I was like, hey, I don't like this, I don't like that, I don't like this. And unlike a lot of other officials, she did not get in her feelings. So shout out to Miss Renee Flowers, right? And she was just knocked out. This is important, because she was just knocked out as one in the commissioners. She was just knocked off from the Pinellas Transit Board, and we only have now 4 Republicans sitting over that board. this is why we got to pay attention to what's going on.
You know, something that's interesting that you mentioned when you talk about transit, King Jab.
Mm-hmm.
There was an article that was just released about the amount of the decrease in crime in the beaches, in our Gulf beaches, because individuals no longer have access to the free sunrun that used to run to the beaches. So they say that crime decreased because people didn't have access. In other words, they couldn't pay to get a ticket to have access to go to the beaches. Well, naturally, Frederick Ingalls wrote when he addressed the housing situation, and he wrote this in the 19th century. He says the housing problem doesn't go away; it just moves. So when you're talking about people you say, well, crime is down. Why? Because we were able to charge more for people to be able to travel. Now you reduced an individual's ability to travel, and you say crime is down because they're not there, but they're somewhere.
Well, I don't know if you was here that week, my brother Donnie, but you know, I worked on the beach. I swear this dude wait till we get here. Like it started. But anyway, I worked on the beach, right? I worked on the beach, right? So what I learned about the residents of St. Pete Beach, they don't want us out there, period. It ain't just the homeless. They don't want us out there.
That's true.
The reason why St. Pete Beach doesn't have a parking garage was been proposed by the trade winds for the longest is because they don't want us as local residents to be on their beach. They want you to have to get a room to be on their beach because they don't want a bunch of us out there hanging out. And it's crazy because Clearwater Beach making billions of dollars because we can just go out there and hang out, but they don't want it because they don't want us. It's still a sundown town. Like, when it get dark, get your behind from out there in St. Pete Beach.
Very much so.
Don't go through the Gulfport way. It's all that still. Hey, man. So, that whole beach situation, man, you got to realize they don't want us out there. It's crazy, and I ain't gonna really touch on that because they perpetuate all the crimes. To say that people bring the crimes out from out there, but most of the people that they're arresting on the beach are people that work on the beach.
Come on now.
That's the people that's going to jail out there. I was pulled over, I think like 14 times one year to the point my wife say, man, you just need to get you some white gloves because they can't see through the tent. They only see your hands on the steering wheel. Talking about spent like $2,200. Lost my license, everything dealing with the sheriff. It actually had got so bad where I had become combative. Like one time they throw their lights on me. I'm going. I'm not pulling over until I get somewhere where it's dark because y'all not finna kill me.
Come on now.
Y'all ain't finna kill me because I'm finna cuss y'all out. Y'all finna get it now.
And this is domestic colonialism. So whenever you hear individuals speak about domestic colonialism in a police state, what we're talking about is a place where an individual who can be a free citizen of the United States still will not have the ability to freely travel because they're considered an individual who should occupy a colonial territory. You're out of your colonial place. There may not be a gate, but there definitely is a thin blue line.
Yeah, that was actually, that's crazy you said that because that was the first question they always, where you going? Where the hell I want to?
Exactly.
If I want to go around this circle 500 times like it's Daytona 500, this is my gas, man. Stop asking me where I'm going.
20 minutes past the hour, we listen to the voice of the people. This is King Jab, the voice of the people, 99.1 FM, WJM 99 Jams.
Hey, so let's jump off that, man. I got something that I want to touch, right? And I'm pretty sure you're getting ready to go get your taxes filed, the families. Everybody finna get there. It's tax season. Everybody finna,
yes, sir,
get prepared to, take that journey. And from what I seen, shout out to all 752 million new tax preparers. I ain't no hater, but I see some things that's going on, and I really just want to give my consumers. I'm gonna put myself in the spot of a consumer, not a tax preparer. Okay. What you need to be looking out for, right?
Listen up.
So, as we were speaking, I say, bro, you notice the only thing you don't see on all these flyers you see on social media, Facebook or whatever, for these new tax professionals, you notice ain't no address on them. If you file your taxes with somebody mobile or virtually, and they don't have a brick and mortar address, if you have a tax issue or a IRS letter, you might not be able to get no help. There was this white girl that was riding around doing mobile tax. Oh, they say, oh, she the bomb. She was the best thing since. I guess the white sugar was better than the brown sugar. I don't know. Because she was so heralded, right? It was just funny. I'm talking about it because I don't care.
Right.
Because I had to fix when I got to fix your returns, I don't care nothing about that. And I just feel like all these black tax preparers, like, why y'all holding up Queen Elizabeth?
We tend to have a lot of hospitality. We tend to be very hospitable.
Yeah, oh yeah. Especially when Master sent his daughter down. But the thing about it, she rolled by and boom, I'm gonna pull up on you and do your taxes. But when the tax, when the refunds was delayed, when it was IRS issues, y'all calling her phone, now she blocking y'all because it's tax season. Y'all, we know what we do during tax season. We know how we, as a consumer, how we feel that this tax preparer is responsible for our money that we ain't even got yet.
Yes, sir.
So you calling this person and now you can't get them on the phone. And guess what? You don't even have an office to go to because you don't even know where this person is located. And that's a problem. Oh, yeah. As a tax consumer, that's a problem. If you don't have any, if you get a letter from the IRS, and most of the letters is identity theft letters. And believe it or not, our people can read line for line what's on their tax return and ask you questions, but this letter that's in plain English, they'll read it and can't understand it. So now they're calling you. And they're not going to get paid because they can't verify their identity.
Whoops, tricked again.
Okay, so next thing I seen, right, that I'm noticing consumers going through and I have to help them with is if you go sit somewhere and file your taxes or you do them mobily and that person cannot provide you with a full copy of your tax return, you should leave there, go immediately file a police report. Because there's no reason why any tax preparer should not be able to give you a copy of your tax return. I have a young lady right now, got her taxes filed by a tax company here. This is a crazy one. And because these Negro IGGAZs flaw, I'm going to put it out there. They did this young lady taxes and they didn't give her a copy of her tax return. So now me as a tax preparer, I'm trying to get her help. You have to call the IRS, you have to call the tax advocate. And she's like, well, they not telling me nothing. They not telling me. So, I mean, I'm beating my brain like, what can I do? Then it hit me. They can't even help her because they can't verify her identity. Because to verify her identity, to give her access to what the help she need, they're asking her questions from her tax return, and she don't have a copy.
King Jab, can I very briefly just mention, because a very similar situation happened to me. I had my identity stolen, and I had my identity stolen by somebody who had access to records that were part of myself and my family actually helping with family court. We were actually helping with family court, so they took our So it was a whole a problem. But what we did was, because we did not know where to go, I reached out to Kathy Castor's office, and because I was at that time a constituent of hers, she had to respond, and she did respond. Put me in contact with the tax advocate. Now, mind you, it took a long time. I was supposed to get the return naturally around February, March. It ended up happening around mid-November. So you can't be waiting on that needing it. If you're waiting on that needing it, you're going to be needing it. But you can contact your congressperson, and that congressperson is the plug for the U.S. government.
Hey, I told her right now, I told her she need to file a police report.
Oh, yeah. Oh
because that's not. And then like the young lady said that it go deeper because if any of y'all experience this, like this is the most illegal thing I ever heard in my life. It goes deep because she never got paid, but the company went and took her debit card information and still charged her $1,000.
Oh yeah.
Out of her account, which she could not dispute with the bank. She still ain't got her money back. So I'm saying this as a be careful. And the only reason why a tax preparer will not give you a copy of your return is because, I mean, if it boils down to me, they just don't want to be upfront about their fees. That's what they're hiding. When I got into this, it was our motto was honesty and integrity.
Yes, sir.
If you sit down with me, I'm going to tell you, hey, I charged you $400. Hey, I charged you $600. This is what I charge. That's not my problem. Now, along with your tax return, I'm going to give you a copy of those fees. These are my fees. These are bank fees, associated fees with your tax return. And that's the reason why I'm doing this, because if you go to me or anybody else, you should be getting these things. This is not a secret.
That's the truth.
This is not for secret.
Well, that's something that you do a lot. And just as to your credit, is that you replace magic with math. And that's something that a lot of people aren't used to, because we're used to having a situation where we don't use the math. We just hope that it's magic involved in it. Somebody goes presto changeo, and then it changes us from being broke to having means. So the demystification that you're talking about by giving people records, showing them the transparency and everything that you're doing, it's a great service to the community, in as much as it gets people to see that there is no magic. All of this is math. This is numbers.
So, well, you're right on it, because this is where I explain to them the math, right? All our people want to, look up their return on where's my refund. They want to track it. And that's their right. And with where's my refund, you're going to need a copy of your return. You're going to need to know your total amount of your tax return. This is what I tell, because I deal with a lot of young people. Like, I've been in this so long to where the kids I used to file on the parents' return, now they coming to me.
Right.
You know what I mean? So so I show them this, and I show my community this. Like, okay, so the reason why I'm giving you a copy of your return, I'm giving you a copy of your fee page, right? Because I also gave you an amount that you're going to put in your pocket. Now, let's do some math here.
Come on now.
If you take what's on your tax return and you remove these fees, it should be exactly what I told you was going to get in your pocket.
Right.
And now you can see it. I can see it. We ain't got to, man, my people be straight. They love it. But this is what tax preparers don't do. And this is what they should do. And it's just really, you don't want to be upfront about people about what you charge them. And if that's your fee, that's your fee. Stand on it. Like they say, stand on business, stand on it. My last thing I want to touch on this is, if your tax preparer don't have no community action.
Come on now.
And what I mean by this is, tax season, people just pop up. You'll never see these people in the community. You don't see them at the corner store. You don't see them after tax season. You don't see them before tax season. And that's scary, because these people have no ties to your community. My people see me at the store. Tom, Mr. Tom, what's up? You right? Man, listen, lady, I have a problem with my phone number right now. The company has sold my phone number that I had for 8 years, and I'm super pissed off. But I'm sitting in the Agape getting ready for what we're going to talk about tonight, getting ready for Tuesday night, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Car pull up. One of my customers jump out. Man, I called your phone number. They know what's going on. You still... That's because these people know where to find me, man.
That's right. That's right.
These people know. She pulled up to Agape because she know if he ain't at the tax office, he down in his wife's shoes, though.
Come on now.
And that's just the thing. If you can't touch these people outside of tax season, I want to put let me look at the camera. I want to put a big emphasis on this.
Is it on you?
Stop giving these people, not just yours, your children's Social Security number.
Come on now.
Because like, you gotta protect your kids. Like, don't get, because if tax preparers are humans, they do crazy. I just told you the lady didn't get paid, but they had her routing account information because that's where her tax return is supposed to go to, right?
Yes.
And went back and charged her $1,000 because they seen they didn't get paid. They didn't say, oh, let's call her and help her to get paid. They just took their money, which is crazy.
That's the truth.
I've seen people getting apartments and stuff in kids' names.
That's the game.
Like this, and but this is what my people come. That's why my people come to me, because they know one thing about them: not want to play with your information or your children's personal information. Like that's not what we gonna do here.
Yes, sir.
That's that you're not gonna get that. So, man, be careful, be cautious. If you go to get a quote, let me look back at the camera. If you go to get a quote, if you go into somebody's tax office, you don't have to give them your Social Security number or your children's Social Security number for them to find out how much you gonna get back.
Listen.
So you're not obligated to that. So if people come in for me for a quote, and I mean, I might be a butthole about this sometime, but this is how I do it. I'll sit them down. Let me get your W-2. I don't want none of the other stuff. I just want the numbers. Then I'm going to give you a number. Now, because you came and got a quote and you didn't, specify that you wanted to file, if I got an appointment behind you, you got to rebook now. But this is what I'm going to give you. You know what I mean? This is what we go get. This is what we looking back. We're going to be in this range.
Yeah.
And I don't need none of your personal information to do that. So be cautious. Because that's another thing. Like, I see our women go, give all of the information, Social Security number, their kids' Social Security number, to the tax preparer. They sit there through the whole process and say, oh, no, that ain't enough. I'm going to go somewhere else. They do it with me.
King Jam. And I know this is going to segue us into our next segment. But what you're saying is 100% true. But also know that doing that to defraud someone is not a safe thing to do. It's not, my mother would say, let each soul look for what is sent for tomorrow, because what you put out there, you will get back. The person who stole our identity is no longer with us.
Amen.
There are boogeymen that you don't know about. So don't steal from people. Don't take their things, because they're things that can come back to you that you don't necessarily know. When you're sitting there hatching that egg, you don't know. You think you got a chicken, you got a whole alligator. Be careful.
You got me want to add one more thing.
Go ahead, bro. This is your show. This is King Jam, the voice of the people.
So y'all heard he said, like, so now when you go to your tax preparer company, right, they do got a storefront.
Right.
If they got all type of crazy security protocols, only 3 of y'all, well, that's a red flag.
Come on now.
like, cause my door open, man. Like, I'm sitting here, door wide open, cause I ain't worrying about that, bro. I ain't did nothing to nobody, man. I ain't did nothing. Even if you don't like something or something don't look right, or it didn't go your way, and you feel like I'm the other people, like, door open. So when you come there with that attitude, or you come there, man, we go sit here and we go talk. I'm gonna show you what I did. I'm gonna show you what's to come. And you can take it as you want to.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because we go be adults about this. Like, that's the main thing about it. Like, this is grown man, woman business.
Right.
You know what I mean? So y'all be careful out there, man. Y'all protect yourself.
Yes.
Protect your identities. Don't go give them people all your information if that's not who you want to do business with.
Right.
And we go jump off of that, man. Let's talk about Tuesday, man.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about Tuesday. What you think about Tuesday, bro?
Tuesday was a revelation. I think Tuesday. Okay, first let's talk about what Tuesday was. Tuesday was not just a forum. It wasn't just a panel. It wasn't just a summit. It was a meeting around an issue that has been plaguing the Western world for the last 550 years. What that is individuals who were incarcerated. That word, King Jack, can we just break that word down real quick? The word came about first time put in print in 1503, and it was used for something. Incarceración was the original word that was used. It was used by the Spanish and the Portuguese. Carne means flesh. In carne means to hold flesh. Incarceración meant to hunt. So incarceration was brought about, that the whole word entered the language via the slave trade. I hate to use that term slave trade. I use African human trafficking and forced labor economy. So this is the root of it all. But on what we had on Tuesday was we had a meeting from individuals from all walks of life, from individuals from the community, from individuals who represented academia, from individuals who represented corrections. And what the District 7 councilman was able to put together was this meeting at the Foundation for a Healthy St. Petersburg.
Shout out to Brother John, Council Member Muhammad.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
sorry,
Yes,
I got it together that time.
About this issue of returning citizens. Now, I can put it in words, King Jab, but I can't do as well as you did, who did. King Jab sit on the panel, along with Danielle Thomas, along with some other individuals. Danielle Thomas, my colleague, from yourself, along with some other individuals. And he spoke about the travails of returning citizens, returning back into communities, and the needs of those returning citizens. But more than that, what my big brother did was this. He opened up a part of himself and he rehashed trauma. Whenever you take a person who's created to be free, and then you take that person and you cage them, and he brought that to their attention, that these are individuals who are placed in cage. He said something so poignant, and then I'll turn it over. But he said, prison is a traumatic experience to which a person needs therapy. And if you've ever been to the hole, you need therapy twice. I listened. And I think that the community at large listened, because our brother King Jab presented such a fantastic point and position and presentation on that panel. So I say that, and I'm going to turn it back over. But what he did was he walked us through the process of transformation, internal revolution, of full systematic and systemic change in one person. And he walked us through that process. And it really was a very poignant presentation. Brother King Jab, could you please explain to us how this went, big brother?
Oh yeah, shout out to Reno, man. Reno said, well, I heard you drop 2 clips in there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You do it.
And congratulations to our brother on his recent engagement.
Yeah, man. Yes, congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. Peanut. Right. Yeah. I'm gonna call them that forever, because I seen her stand behind my brother with his business, and like that's kind of what got me over the hump. So I'm respecting what's going on. Right on. Shout out to Councilman Muhammad, man. Like, we really pulled this whole thing together in less than 30 days. So he seen us doing it again. Like, he was like, oh, and it was what led up to that, because I came well prepared.
Most certainly.
And my question to him was, Brother John, like, how much time do I got? He was like, maybe 2-3 minutes. But his last sentence was, man, kick your ass.
Yeah.
I said, you know what?
Yes.
Say no more.
My brother had a PowerPoint presentation. My brother was on point, y'all.
Oh yeah, and shout out to Trevor Pettit for Spectrum News 9 for the amazing interview they did leading up to this event. And if you haven't seen that, go just go on Spectrum News 9 website, local Pinellas News. You'll see the article. You'll see big black bald head guy. Two big black bald. Yeah, exactly. So go check that out. But even with my mind state, bro, like, I'm walking around the foundation. I got my earpiece in, bro.
I can see it.
And people talking to me, but I'm zoned out because I already know I'm finna, bro. I'm ready. Y'all even know, y'all can't even imagine what I'm finna do up here, and I really just pulled back the curtain and let people see into what I did. Like it was more amazing that it was real time.
Yes.
Because it's something that I'm dealing with now currently.
Right. Yes, sir.
And I kind of ambushed my navigator team because they didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they didn't know what I was going through. They know, we show up, we work every day.
Yes, yes.
But my supervisor know, but my team didn't know.
Right.
And even on the call we had yesterday, they were getting emotional, man, had me crying because they was like, man, we don't want to lose you. And I'm like, listen, it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
But I went in there, man, in full preparation. And I sat on that stage and I seen how many people was there to support me.
Mm-hmm.
I seen how many people there that I need to speak directly to.
Mm-hmm.
And I seen how many people just out of the community that was just like, what's going to happen?
Mm-hmm.
And I was more than proud. Like I posted like, man, I made my mama proud. That's all that mattered to me because I was more than proud for what I presented came over as well as it did.
Mm-hmm.
I was more than proud of that. And the thing about it is I kind of the most amazing part of that, Brother John said it. He was like, bro, when you told people to pull out their phone and Google your name.
Yes.
Because I'm showing y'all like,
come on now.
This is what I'm going through. Like you Google my name, my first middle name and last name, the first thing is going to come up is my crack law motion. This is the motion that I filed in prison to come home with. That's the only reason why I came home in 2012.
Right.
Shout out to, I know people can't say this.
What's up?
Shout out to Obama. Because it was Obama, not Donald Trump, like y'all want to present it.
Mm-hmm.
It was Obama that made Eric Holder and then his partner, Joe Biden, go back and change that drug law. He made, like, people don't see it, they don't really know what happened, man. Obama made them go back and fix it. So, shout out to him because that's the reason why I'm home. But me showing them that, I'm showing you what employers look at because they know before they hire you to give you that job over $50,000, $60,000, bro, they finna Google you.
Mm-hmm.
They finna do everything to figure out who they bringing into their company, who they trusting with this money they finna give them.
That's the truth.
So when people see this, when companies see this, and I gave the example of Chick-fil-A, we was going to look for a franchise.
Right.
I got all the qualifications. But I had to be hired as management and work for 2 years under management with them to even be considered, which I could have been the poster board for them, the Christian.
Yeah.
I'm Christian too. But y'all, that's how y'all do each other now. That's how we the Christian. We ain't gonna go there though.
I don't want to interrupt your flow.
Go ahead.
But I do want to say this. The fact that you were able to see yourself, and this is something that Councilman Muhammad brought up, see yourself other than what you were portrayed as, really was the driving factor that did power exist on the level of conception, not the level of implementation. So for you to even have the wherewithal to look at that law and say, this law should exonerate me, this law should free me now, today, henceforth, and forever. You know how many people's spirits were broken who didn't have that kind of courage? Didn't even have the access or the wherewithal to understand the wording of the material, because what we found was that 2/3 of the people who are currently incarcerated, this is 67%, are functionally illiterate.
That's another thing I had to drop on them too.
Yeah, man.
Because they kept talking about, well, they can educate themselves and be educated. Man, these dudes can't read.
Come on, man. Come on.
It's called a school to prison pipeline for a reason.
That's it.
Because if you can't function in society, we got the prisons for you. So these dudes can't read. And I listen. I got the video. I'm finna go, chop it up and go back and hit some of the points because it wasn't the presentation that I gave was great, but it was the points that I came back and stuck them on
Right.
when they were speaking that was even more so amazing. Even going down to policy, because when y'all talk about policy, I shut them all up because don't talk policy coincide with statute, right? Statute, policy. So if it's a statute of limitations on a crime, so if I commit this crime and you don't catch me within this time, I'm not no longer, you can't even prosecute me, right?
Yes, sir.
That statute of limitations should apply on the back end.
Come on now.
And that should be the policy. If a person statute of limitation is 10 years, when they come home and been home 10 years, they shouldn't even be considered a convicted felon.
That's it.
So that's how I hit them far as policy. And they was kind of, I'm looking at the crowd, bro. The crowd was feeling me, boy. Them DOC people, boy. I had them, all of them. Buttholes was burning because I was hitting them where they didn't want to be hit, man.
King Jab, but do you want to know what you did to make a hyena holler?
What? Tell me.
You said, and I quote, "We have to put in the measures to return these men as head of household."
Oh, no. Woo. And that's the problem. That's the main. It's not the problem. That should be the major focus. Because if you can't return this man to head of the household, it's gonna always be a problem. It's gonna always be a problem in society. That's why my last point was what's hindering the society, because society says once you go to a certain pay bracket, we're gonna run that background check.
Mm-hmm.
So now you in a household with this woman who you probably helped go through school to get these nursing degrees,
that's
and she making good money.
Right.
But you gotta work in gyros, like I said.
Come on now.
Because that's all, you know what I mean? So it was a lot, but the biggest thing that happened, the biggest thing that I seen, and the biggest thing that happened, because when I went in there, bro, I had the whole hood on my back. Like, it's a lot of people relying on me to do this.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of pressure. And when I came off that stage, I only added more pressure to me. I only added more pressure. I only added more burden, only added more weight on me. When I text you, I like, bro, like, I got text my brother, man. I text brother John first, and then I sent the same text to the brother Donnie. And it was basically like how I really feel. And I'm like, bro, I feel like I'm carrying around buckets of blood, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like I got buckets of blood, all my fallen homeboys, all my peoples that's still up the road.
Mm-hmm.
All these dudes we lost to the system that died in prison. Like all my people out here that's trying to make it. Like I'm carrying all this weight now, bro. Like I got a lot of this blood mine, but I got my family.
Yeah.
Like I got buckets of their pain, bro, that I'm carrying around, and like nobody really understands how much pressure that is. And nobody really understand what y'all asking me to do now.
You want to share what my response to you was? Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and drop your response, because I was thinking about that.
I said you're too soft. I said you're Toussaint. I said there's a reason why Toussaint was able to lead wolves like Dessalines and Christophe and Rigaud. You're Toussaint. You're Legba. Meaning your job is to be at the crossroads with the buckets of blood, because you're the best voice of the people. See, the Legba stands in the Veve on the point of origin. You can't move unless you move on the point of origin on the coordinate plane. He stands right there, nailed to the cross. You see, that's why the Messiah is nailed to the cross. Is because that Messiah is the voice between the world of the living and the world of the dead. But see, you have to be a Legba to do that. You can't be an Ogun to do that. You can't be a Gede to do that. You have to be a Legba to do that. And then very special people are born with that ability to be a Legba, which means to be that interceding voice, that one who carries. Toussaint couldn't finish the Haitian Revolution.
He couldn't finish the revolution in IET. But Toussaint had so outmaneuvered Napoleon Bonaparte that by the time Toussaint was exiled, the battle was already won. See, that's what a Toussaint. See, you got to know your history.
I got a question.
Go ahead, bro.
Because I when you said that, right, I don't know the history, but my only question was how he died. How did he die? Because I don't want to. That's what I want to avoid. For real, like I'm like, what? How did Toussaint die?
Toussaint sacrificed himself for the revolution. Toussaint said, "I'm gonna go make the deal, but I know they're gonna keep me. I know that my greatness is too much for this system to handle. So I'm gonna sacrifice. I'm gonna take that burden. I'm gonna come on air and say the things that people are afraid to say, because I know that my brothers got my back in Saint Domingue in IET. I know that they got my back in IET. I trust that because I am the one who drew up the play." So Toussaint died in prison in France, but he died in prison in France as an example of the job of the reason why in Islam every prayer begins with Fatiha, which means opening. And the reason why every prayer begins with the Lord's Prayer in Christianity, and the reason why every prayer begins with the statement of Israel of God is one and God is your God, is because there has to be an opening. And that opening is there from the leg ba. It's the reason why the man gets the guitar skills at the crossroads. It's the reason why in their eyes of watching God, everything that happened at the crossroads. Our people and our ancestors have written and coded in our history our purpose. So when you have a leg ba, you know he's going to be the voice of the people. Man, look, they ain't no, listen, ain't nothing spooky, everything real. There's no other reason that you are the voice of the people, but the fact that you are the voice of the people. Ancestors chose you for that. So, and they chose Toussaint for the same thing.
So amazing at what you said, that he sacrificed himself for the people. Because my next statement right here on my screen is, I don't think y'all really realize what y'all asking me to do.
Come on, man.
And I got a list of names here, and this is what y'all asking me to do. O'Malley and the Uhurus currently indicted for standing in this gap for our people. Fred Hampton, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, they were murdered for standing in this space for our people.
Yep.
And my last name on this list is my brother John Muhammad.
Come on now.
I want to address this because I know he won't, and I know he's not. And I want to address this from a community standpoint. When Brother John was in the process of being appointed the head of District 7, it wasn't because anything that he said. It wasn't because of any of his actions in the community, any of his constituents. It was only because of his beliefs of the Nation of Islam that he was attacked by the Jewish community. He was deemed anti-Semitic, all that, just because of my belief. So just because I follow the teachings of Elijah Muhammad and Farrakhan, I'm being deemed as anti-Semitic. And as a community, as leaders, public officials, everybody sitting on that council, the mayor, man, y'all watch them people jump this dude, man, and nobody did nothing. He had to defend himself alone. Even right now, even right now in council, he has to defend himself alone amongst his constituents. And I don't understand. I don't think our community realize, because we left him too. Yeah.
Come on now.
Yes. Y'all left him. Like, I'm talking to my brother through this, man. Like, y'all, as much as y'all went back and called and said, hey, we need this, that, and that, before he got in position to even make this move for you, y'all left him. And this was the same Jewish community that was, they took down what? Kanye, Jamie Foxx, Will Smith, Nick Cannon. And bro, we ain't got no money like that. But y'all, we watched it happen, and it was hurtful to me. It was concerning to me. But what I'm saying and what I'm taking for this is, when it come down to it, the community left him as much as he did. And y'all don't send me out there with the intentions on leaving me, man. Y'all can't do that to us, man. Our people, like our constituents, like I said, he not gonna talk about this. Man, these men sending this man, these people sending this man death threats. And the only thing I said is, excuse my language, find me if you want to. Bitch, you touching, we go ride. Don't even worry about it. We go ride. Y'all think what y'all think? Y'all better go speak to the St. Petersburg Police Department about our black community, because they could not handle us when it's time to go to war.
Tucson. No, this is Tucson. What you're saying is Tucson.
For real, man. Like, they couldn't handle us.
When they kicked it off, and I won't be long, but when it kicked off in Haiti in 1791, and it kicked off in Haiti, Tucson sent and said, burn all the fields. We have nothing and we have filth. And that's what we'll fight you with. We won't continue to make you money. You won't profit off of us while we fight you. No. You don't profit off of the Palestinians when you fight them in Gaza. You turn the water off. You cut the food shipments. Please understand who Tucson is. That's all I'm saying.
So I just want our community, I want our constituents, I want the people that love us, the people from the hood, to realize that as we go stand in these gaps, y'all can't leave us, man.
Yeah.
Y'all can't leave us out there. And what y'all asking us to do, it's going to get done. The work that we've been doing has been being done for the last 10 years, man. It's like, it's been being done.
Yes.
It's not going to stop. Even when it come back around to an election, if Brother John doesn't win, that doesn't stop what we're going to do.
Yeah.
But if y'all don't get out there and vote,
that's the truth,
and he don't win, imagine what's coming next.
And hope that you do. Hope that you put him there because he cares. So hope that you put him there, because behind Tucson, there's a Dessalines, and I am a Dessalines.
We go ride. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, y'all, like, because I speak about these things bother me, and I 2 minutes, and I seen what our families go through, man.
Yes.
It's bigger than us. It goes directly to our spouses and our children. And we are putting ourselves on the line for our community.
Yep.
And that means we not just willing to die for our household. We on the line for all the households.
And willing to live too.
And willing to live. Yeah, man. Like, I'm not prophesizing none of that. I'm just letting y'all know because the tax finna come.
Oh yeah.
Bigger blessings, bigger devils, man. How that go? So I'm just letting y'all know, man, like, support the men that you put in position.
Right.
Don't leave us out there. Any last words, brother?
No, this has been the Voice of the People, a very poignant episode of the Voice of the People. Tune in next week, same bad time, same bad channel. That is 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 99.1 FM, WJM 99 Jams, the Birdcare Festival, Radio King Jab, Voice of the People.
Ain't nothing else need to be said. We out of here.
WUJM, St. Petersburg, 99 Jams.
Gospel lovers, are you ready for some church? The Angels Gospel Show is back with a bang. Bringing to you gospel with live interviews, scriptures, inspirational topics, inspirational events, and hot gospel music of all types. Coming to you live from the studio of 99.1 every Sunday from 12 to 2 p.m. Listen also live on TuneIn Radio app and at reggaespin.net. The Angels Gospel Show. 2 hours of the angel and you. You can't afford to miss it. I am your host, Angel. 99 Jams, the ball.
Coffee just not doing it for you, and you need an extra boost of that something to get your morning started, you will definitely want to tune in to Wake Up with Edie Darling with your host and ambassador of peace, Edie Darling, for an extra boost of inspiration, motivation, of faith, hope, and love right here on 99 Jams, The Berg, Tuesday mornings at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you don't miss it. Tune in to Wake Up with Edie Darling on 99 Jams, The Berg. You can also find us on social media.
Sister Hughes, the host of Gospel Show on 99 Jams, Radio 99.1 FM. And when I shop, I go to Ray Jag Food and Meat Market. That's the place to get your good package deals, such as ground beef, oxtails, short ribs, goat meat, pork chops, chicken legs, wings, drumstick, turkey wings, smoked sausage, bacon, neck bones, fresh vegetables, cut greens, 2 bags for only $6. Cut cabbage, 2 bags, only $5. You can get a package deal. Pick up any 5 of your favorite meat, only $24.99. Yes, $24.99. They also carry a full line of Jamaica products, and you get free delivery with the purchase of $50 or more. So the next time you think meat, go to 2327 MLK right here in St. Petersburg, or you can call them at 727-317-5625. That's Ray Jag Food and Meat Market. It's not just meat and food, but where the atmosphere is clean and friendly.
It's another. Everybody's shacking up. Married folks are packing up. Country's going up in smoke. Where is Noah with his boat? Blacks marching on D.C. 400 years, still not free. Martin paid all a man could pay. Still he's not a holiday. Folks messing with my mind. Make me a Frankenstein's woman. My side, she's Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Can't get my head on right. Problems day and night to calm my nerves. Smoke. Doctors give me dope to cope if it ain't one thing. It's another. If it ain't one thing, it's another. Oh, yeah. My funky 2-bit job went on strike. I put up with a lot of crap I don't like, and the animal was a woman named Sadie called and said she's having from my day of her, hell on her. A number is all I am. Ain't got no friends, don't give a. If you ain't got no pull, you gotta put up with a lot of bull. This world is cold. I'll flush myself down. friends. I wanted. Hey, I'm gonna play this one more time, real fast. I'll be back. I got y'all. Talk to a friend, share with a friend, whatever you gotta do. I'm making this song for all right. All the people at times in their life. This for all y'all. This for all y'all. You know when you feel like even your blues have blues. If it ain't one day. Hello, Monique. It's another. It's a crazy mix up. It's a doggy dog. Life is full of strife. People just aren't nice. Everybody's talking smack, running games on this and that. Racial resentment adds to discontentment. Talk to any guy. Taxes are too high. Books, movies are corrupt. Suicide is way up. It's all a sorry life. Some folks say it's cause of mine. Only ego trips. Wow, everyone has flipped. If it ain't, it's another. If it ain't, it's another. Everybody's shacking up. Married folks are packing up. Country's going up in smoke. Where is Lord with his boat? Blacks marching on big city. 400 years, still not free. Martin paid all the man to pay. Still hey, holiday. Cuz I'm gonna need you to talk to me today. Make me a this woman. She's Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Can't get my head on right. Problems day and night. Common nerves. I try to smoke. Doctors give me dope to cope. If it ain't one thing, it's another. If it ain't one thing, it's another. Oh. My funky two-bit job went on strike. I put up with a lot of crap I don't like. And to add to my woes, this ugly woman named Sadie called and said she's having a from my day of birth, I've called hell on her. A number is all I am. Ain't got no friends, don't give a. If you ain't got no pull, you gotta put up a lot of bull. This world is cold. I'll flush myself down. One day, it's another. It's another. It's another. Whoa. My friends, I wonder if it's okay if I talk to you this evening. A long time ago, my old grandmother, used to sit me on her knee and pull out her good book. And she said, my son, my child, don't you ever get too grown, too rich, to get a man upstairs. And she used to turn to Matthew chapter 24. And there the disciples were talking to the master. They said, Lord, tell us what will be the sign of your coming and the end to all this confusion on there. And the good Lord said, my children, watch out that nobody deceives you. For in the last days, there'll be a lot of tribulation, wars, and famines, and earthquakes in different places on the earth. There'll be no understanding. He said, but as you see these things occurring, don't you become too discouraged. Just lift your hands and say, hey, y'all. Your deliverance. Say, hey, y'all. He spoke about. Say, I'm producing the show today. I'm producing the show today. Eventually take over this earth. Hey. And all Daniel chapter 2. All right. Daniel describes that this kingdom will not be a earthly kingdom, but it will be ruled by God. Revelation talks about how there will be a lamb who is Jesus, who spake 144,000 who would bring all mankind back to perfection. Some of you out there know exactly what I'm talking about. I think a long time ago said, oh, I see old people growing young again. I see lame people running and leaping, just like a gazelle. And we won't have to worry about our children going outside to play at night. They'll be able to play with a snake. Peace and tranquility on there. It makes me feel good when I read over in Revelation that it says God would wipe out every tear from my eyes. Yeah, that's in Revelation chapter 21. Why don't you pick up the good book and read about it for yourselves? My friends, I don't know if I'll ever see you again. I'm certain these days. I'm sure you'll agree to that. But keep dreaming a big dream. Get down on your knees and ask the big guy Spirit and pray for me. I'll be praying for you. Good night.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. You and I are now in tune to If It Ain't One Thing, It's Another, broadcasting live again this Thursday morning on 99.1 FM. That's right, 99 Jams, the Berg, your community radio station. I'm your host, Brother West. How y'all doing? Good to see you. Good to be here with you again this morning. To all my Facebook listeners, God bless you. Keep you, if you saw the video a little earlier, you saw my producer for today, my main man, Arion. He's everywhere, y'all, but he's all that. Well, hey, what's going on out there, man? A lot going on, but really nothing's happening. And I saw, doing the thing, getting ready for the show. I see where a lot of people are waking up. People are asking questions now, but are there answers for our questions? You know what I mean? Hey, see out there, hey, big shout out to my main man, my cousin, man, car caught on fire and all that, but you okay. You all right. You here to live. God bless you, cuz. God bless you, boy. I'm thanking God for you, But hey, how you doing out there? We all working hard, look like harder than ever before. Almost like we on the plantation from can't see to can't see, but we're here. You know what I mean? Hard times, good times, bad times, sad times, mean time, in between time. We're all here. But hey, my show today is I'm Malcolm X dude, civil rights dude, history dude. But Malcolm X had a speech called It's a Very Vicious Cycle. And just looking at what's going on in the world today, it's a very vicious cycle, y'all. You know what I mean? I mean, the price of groceries is astronomical. The price of rent is astronomical. There's no affordable housing. Listen, it's like everything's so crazy out here and everybody wants more and more and more and more. I mean, you got people like Elon Musk out there and Bill Gates out there and all these wealthy people, the Jay-Z's, the Oprahs, everybody else, and they got more than enough. They got what they wanted and more than enough, but it seems like everybody wants more. And the only way they're going to get more is off the backs of the people who are less fortunate. We're not billionaires, we millionaires on our way, maybe, kind of, sort of, I don't know. But everybody's got more than enough. But then there are those who don't have enough, who are struggling to get enough. People working 3 jobs, people working 4 jobs. You know what I mean? And then everybody's against the folks on welfare. And the folks you vote for want to keep you on welfare on one point and want to keep you off welfare on the other side. How does it work? Okay, let's start out like this. Hey, in the speech, Very Vicious Cycle, Malcolm X made a point. He said that, you grow up in a poor neighborhood. which enables you to get a poor education from that post school. And that poor education enables you to get a poor paying job, which enables you to get to live in that poor neighborhood. And then it turns around that your child gonna get that same poor education, if not poorer education, and the neighborhood's worse, and blah, blah, blah. And he said, but it's a very vicious cycle. No, I can't speak for the schools out there in your neighborhood, but I know where I live. You know what I mean? It's a very vicious cycle with these schools. I remember back in the days, they built state-of-the-art schools in Eastlake. They building state-of-the-art schools in Eastlake and Palm Harbor, and you could take classes from universities and whatnot. But what about the little schools here? They're just now fixing on Sandy Lane and XYZ. They want to build it up, but will it be state-of-the-art? Big shout out to my baby, Ava West. Ava West took the STAR test, whatever. She was the highest scorer in the school. You know what I mean? She's up there. She has like a 3.7, 3.8 GPA in third grade. And I'm just loving my grandbaby. So it can be done. It can be done. Good morning, Gwen. How you doing? So what I'm here to say is this. In this cycle we're in, I'm reading. I'm just reading. I don't watch the news much, but I'm reading, So here we are. We're going to rename the Rays, the Tampa Bay Rays, the baseball team, right? They play in St. Petersburg, Florida. They're going to pay, and it's millions of dollars just to rename a baseball team. We talking $50-60 million, right? Okay. So they're going to rename the team, and the city, I guess it's a city, they hire a consulting firm from West Palm Beach, and they going to get paid. You know what I mean? Consultants make more money for running their mouth than we do for working hard every day. You know what I mean? For just a suggestion, or do this. But then we're renaming the Rays. Well, at first it was the Devil Rays. Then it became the Rays because we didn't want the devil in the word. Now they want to rename the baseball team. Costing millions of dollars. But hey, y'all, it's cold outside right now. People need shelter. People need warmth. People need a meal. But we gonna spend, hey, like Too Short said in the song The Ghetto, like my man said, hey, $600 million on a football team, but the baby's dying like dope fiends. We have high mortality rates in the community. We got folks that's losing their mind. Mental health is everywhere. We need this, but we spending millions of dollars finna spend the tax people, we the people's money on renaming a baseball team. Whatever. You know what I mean? But this is something to think about, because reading in the comments, I'm just read the article, read what the people say, because when this great country started out, even though we was just 2/3, some of us were just 2/3 of the people, and some of us was just indigenous people, whatever. You know what I mean? It said, we the people. The contract went to say, we the people, right? We the people. We the people. That's our money they're spending. We already paying them too much to do nothing, sitting in these seats. You know what I mean? And they're reelected. But anyway, we the people, this is our money. Do you think, is it really, if you took a vote, would people really rather spend all these millions of dollars to rename a baseball team, or to create jobs, or to create real affordable housing? Because thing about it is, the folks who were commenting were saying, hey, wait a minute. You're spending all this money here. And the lady said, well, they talked about affordable housing, but affordable housing comes in apartments with astronomical rents, and 20%, 15%, 10%, 5% for low income people. And, they could do this. So that means Section 8. Okay. But so the thing about it is, you'll spend all these millions of dollars to rename this baseball team, but then you'll give all these millions of dollars of tax breaks to development companies and these new apartment buildings you're building, and you'll do that, but you're not going to cut the rent. You're not going to build a condominium. You're not going to build townhouses where people can own. You're not in the program to build houses to own. Habitat for Humanity, I'm going to keep saying it, Habitat for Humanity, the biggest builder houses in America, because they contract with us, with we the people, the governments, the local governments, and they flood the city with police because they're moving in, and they get these little rinky-dink houses, and then they build them. But they're the largest builders in America. And what happens is, if you can't get in a program, if you don't get in their program, if you don't qualify, which everyone doesn't, you can't afford the housing, because the housing, and then they're selling the houses at fair market value, whatever that is, $300,000 in the poorest areas, at least now. So You can't tell me that we, the city, you, the city, we, this county, have the money, the millions of dollars to spend to rename a freaking baseball team. You know, we talk about single parenthood. There are plenty single fathers out here raising children. No, but the mama get all the credit. But at the same time, both of these people, the man, the single father, the single mother, in a situation where, boy, if I could own me a house, if I could be paying a mortgage, things would be easier because we're funneling rent. We're funneling rent to people and getting them richer and richer and richer and richer. But then the government says, oh, we got affordable housing. And if you can pay $1,500 a month, you can live in this nice apartment community. If you can afford, if you can qualify for this program, you can get this little rinky-dink house. You can get this big old house, but you can't sell it. If you sell it, you got to sell it to us, and you got to live here for 5 years. So God forbid you get a promotion. God forbid you're moving. You want to move from Florida to you want to move from Florida to North Carolina. Oh no, you stuck in this house. So the poor people, the folks who are struggling to make it, are the ones who are cornered off. Who are the ones who are cornered off. And this is it. That's right, Gwen. If. Now, the thing about it, here's another if, y'all. You know, if you corner an animal, if you corner a lion, what's he going to do? If you corner a gorilla, what's he going to do? If you corner the cat, the little domestic cat, what are you going to do? One day. And I'm going on with this because it's really disturbing. It's really disturbing. Education's at an all-time low. I don't care how many more programs they start up. This is the problem. You got the program that cares, but the people who don't. You've got the government who cares, but they don't show it. I'm for real, man, because the reason some of us, they say, oh, they outspoken. Oh, they leaders. Oh, they're militants. You know, they'll label us militants. That's to disregard you. They label you an activist. That's to disregard you. So you don't have to disregard me. Because I don't need your platform. We don't need your platform. What we need is for the people to come together. I'm going to go back to my movie. Gwen, have you seen the movie Rustin? It's Rustin. It's on Netflix. I'm pushing everybody, watch this movie. Because this brother was a homosexual. He was black at a time when this and that. But everybody, oh, Dr. King did so good at the march. But when you go back to the movement, this the man who organized those marches. This the man who did the boycott in Montgomery. This the man who got his face cracked in the 40s when they was fighting. But this brother organized the march on Washington. And then when A. Philip Randolph and Dr. King and Roy Wilkins and all them, the NAACPs went to sit down, they say, oh, you should come with us. The man hadn't been with him. Let me show you about the platform. The man say, no, my mama told me, say it ain't nothing wrong with being a garbage man for the betterment of the people, for the people. You know what I mean? Somebody's got to do something for the people. We got Joe Biden up here. He older than Santa Claus. And I'm going to keep running for president so Trump don't get here. But one thing I could say, I could keep a little bit more of my paycheck when Trump was in office. Yeah, I'm just saying I could keep a little bit more of my paycheck when Trump in office. But, he's this. See, this is where they trip us up at. They'll sit there and tell you, no, we can't help you pay your light bill. You know, programs like Light Heap. I found this out this morning, y'all, getting ready for this show. I found out this morning, this program I just saw, because I put it on the show about a month ago. Light Heap program just got millions of dollars. But then somebody I know went on, they go on there, they fill out, they do this here, and they come back and say, we don't have funds. You can't get a program where these single people, where these single mothers, 4, 5 children struggling. Forget all the what else you got to say. The lights finna get cut off. It's cold outside, y'all. And the program doesn't have any money. Kind of goes back to weed and seed for those of y'all who remember. I remember the church that went Mount Carmel, got the computer room and added on to the church. And all within 3 years, I want to give them 3 years. I don't think it was 3 years because the Greenwood Neighborhood Association, them was getting all the money. And all of a sudden, Irvin was getting all the money. And then all of a sudden, there's no money. Well, there's no computer class. At that church, you go in there and the room's dark and stuff, except for Sunday school. It looks good. But where did the money go? What was the money used for? And there's no accountability, just like when you go to these religions. I can't call it the church when you go to these religions and they collecting $20,000, $30,000 a week. And then when you sit there and you sit in the business meeting, well, if you need this money, what happened to this money? Well, that ain't your job. You don't ask us that because there is no accountability. But then you want to take a person who grew up in a poor neighborhood. You know, they were sharecroppers back in the days. They was on the plantation. They was maids back in the days and doing all of that. There, y'all, listen to me, y'all. They were doing all that, but it was, it's your fault. You know, when they freed us, they said 40 acres and a mule. You see my shirt, shout out to Garrett's Go Shake. I got my wife, she's gone in memory of Lou West. You know what I mean? She wanted Gator colors. You know what I mean? I'm not a Gator fan, but anyway, listen. 40 acres and a mule. Then they say, well, we don't got the 40 acres and a mule for you, but pull yourself up by your bootstraps. And like Dr. King said, hell, you ain't even got a pair of boots. Same thing goes on today. And the cycle keeps going. The machine, someone was telling me to get some, you need to go to sleep. You need to go to sleep. I say, hey, man, the machine don't stop. The machine don't stop. I told him, I say, hey, I go to bed when I sleep when I have to. You know what I mean? My body said, man, just get some sleep and that'd be the best. But anyway, the machine keeps rolling. The machine keeps rolling. The machine keeps rolling. Man, our school system's been in place for so long, y'all, that there are top-notch educations going. But you'll tell me in Cuba, they are third world, fourth world country, and they don't do this and that. But then they educate doctors for free. They educate lawyers for free. Mexico for free. You don't want the Mexicans coming over here probably because they got more education than the average American. They qualify for the job more than the average American. And it's free. In the poorest countries in the world, the education is free. Though the living conditions are rough, you go on YouTube and hit the world's most dangerous ways to school. And see what you see. How you crossing through crocodiles and walking through here where lions, tigers, and bears and all this here going on, but they're going to get it, and they go in the hope that if I get this education, I'll be rich. So the same nightmare is being sold all over the world. All around the world, it's the same song, y'all. It's the same song, y'all. It's the same thing going on, y'all. But we're so duped to be able to go into our gated communities. We're so duped. Do we know I started a business too? And here you go. You just got to talk about the government. You know, I started my business to help the hood. No, you didn't. You started a business to feed yourself better. You started a business to increase yourself. Well, like I said, okay, we got all the money. Joy and them got all the money. Joy and them got all the money. Hey, these politicians, maybe it was a poor dude who became a U.S. congressman, who became a state representative, whatever. Look at Rusan. Rusan became a state representative. He ain't fought a case yet. He was around here tearing up stores and breaking up the crack pipes. What happened? I got a different platform. I'm better than y'all now. I wear my new cowboy boots. I can do this and that. And so here we are. But the hood has not changed, but the rent went up. The vacant lots are still there. Though you improved your credit score, though you got it, though you got your debt to income ratio is where it's supposed to be at, they won't sell you that lot. The bank won't build you your $300,000 house there, but Habitat for Humanity can get that lot and build that $300,000 house there. The little green with the little Pinellas County, whatever they call it now. Well, Miss Gully it was Clearwater neighborhood housing, whatever. They get the lot to do it. Why the hell can't you and I get the lot to do it? See, it's the smoke screen there. I need them. And then on Saturday night, Sunday morning, Wednesday night, whether you at the Temple of Mars, wherever, the church house, wherever you at, you sit there and you say you need God. It's somebody bigger than you. But then it stops. God gets blocked up because of the organization. Finna show you something, man. I was married 30 years, and I remember Mr. Kelly, my wife get pregnant, everybody else getting food stamps. Boy, I go get a food stamp. Oh, well, he got to pay it back. Couldn't get it. My wife was sick for years. Couldn't get food stamps. One day, the lady at Social Security said, oh, you can get it. You can get it. So then you get the food stamps, right? And it's supposed to help, but don't have no job. See, what happened is your first black president, Bill Clinton, them come in. The Republicans are saying, hey, we can kill this welfare and we can get people jobs. We can help people start small businesses. We can get people jobs and get them off of welfare. We can send them to school. Hey, if I give you this welfare for I'm just put it out there. You can be on welfare for up to 3 to 5 years, right? Okay, but we gonna help you get an education. We gonna help you get a job. I know so many sisters who became CNAs and now they're RNs and they're doing well because they went this route. Well, here comes Bill Clinton. I love black people. You know, they say I'm black. I sound like old Baptist preacher. You know what I mean? Here it comes. Not only was it the prison, the school to prison pipeline that increased, but then with the welfare, if you get a job, you got to go to work on welfare. We're just not going to give you none for free. So then you got these folks who went there, they were doing good. They trying to come up. Some of them going to school, but damn, I can't afford to go to school no more because they cut my benefits. They ain't going to help you. See, that's not help. Getting a job going to help. And you think, I'm doing so good. I got a job now. I can do this, but then they cut the benefits and you got these miles to feed and you got to do this. So not only did you have to get the job and the benefits got cut, you're going to keep going on because you like working, you feel a little more independence, but then you got to sell something else to help ends meet. So where's the help at? Where's the help at? Man, y'all, listen, these rent increases didn't come by happenstance. It's not just because the property owner or the company said, I'm going to charge them this, see what they can do. No, the government in on that. The government is in on that. The government is in on that. The government is all the way in on that. Your leaders are all the way in on that because just like they buy these consulting firms. Hey, do not call me. Thank you. Listen, so right now, what I'm saying is they're in on it. How do I know? You have lobbyists. These people have lobbyists. These people have lobbyists. These people have lobbyists. These lobbyists take out the government. They take them out. You have a 501c3. Oh yeah, well let me donate to it. 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 Yeah, what your kid want for Christmas? Where you want to go on vacation? How you want to do this? How you want to do that? And that's the way it goes. And so they're in the back door with you. Man, these companies, listen, Enron happened because these people had the lobbyists sitting there talking with the government. Matter of fact, these were people who were career government people. Follow me now. Dick Cheney, all of them in on this. And they went and they said, we finna retire. We finna get out. So we got this business. And they ran a big ass Ponzi scheme. Nobody went to jail. But then the people who went to work, who was driving new Porsches, they got the right to get a Corvette done, came out the hood and driving, whatever they want. Like brand new top line, them $100,000 Mercedes and Cadillacs. And they went to work one day and didn't have a job and did not have a job. Did not have a job, did not have a 401k. They didn't have 401k, none of that. It all went away and nobody went to jail. You can't tell me that the government not in on it. You can't tell me that because that's what happened. And they changed the laws to make it legal. Jimmy Carter, everybody, he's a great man. He's great. They started Habitat for Humanity, but I got to qualify for Habitat for Humanity. I got a good credit score, but I got to qualify for Habitat for Humanity to build a house because the bank say, your debt to income ratio is not where it should be. Come on, man. What you want? What else do you want? Bob Marley said it best. Now you got what you want, but you want more. And it's off my back. I got to work by the sweat of my brow. I ain't got no problem with that because I work hard, but I don't mind that. But at the same time, I got blood suckers. I got leeches, like somebody said, death by paper cuts. Death by paper cuts. Death by paper cuts. That's what happened. Everyone wants to, oh my gosh, it's this, it's that. Why these people? No. We voted for these people. And then it ain't so much the ones you voted for, because the ones that write the policy weren't voted for. They went to school or they got lucky enough to get a job and learn how to write. Because you got these folks in the state of Florida. Y'all better follow me in this great state of Florida. And then with disability, you still aren't eligible for assistance, nor can you make any extra money without being penalized. That's it. Say you do get disability. You're right. Say you do get disability. You get $1,800. You get $2,500 a month for disability. Well, rent's $1,200. Groceries gonna cost you another $600. Even if you're single, it's gonna cost you another $600. What you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Because you can't go to work because they're gonna cut that $2,500. Anything over a certain amount, you can make up to a certain amount. After that, you're done. So what you gonna do? Be 60 years old, be 40 years old, disabled, and the dope man? 40 years old, disabled, and a prostitute? What's left? See, it's a vicious thing that's going on. These are iron teeth. Y'all better read your Bible. You say, but that's these iron teeth that's coming through, and they just chomp, 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 just like Pac-Man, just consuming us. We are the sheep that's counted for the slaughter. But we ain't dead, y'all. We ain't slaughtered. We need to come together. We got to wake it up, man. Wake it up. Get it up. Because the thing going on, I keep telling you, man, the thing about it is you spending all this money to rename a baseball team. Man, I grew up, we don't have to have a baseball team. Because I'm going to be a Dodger fan. I'm going to be a Dodger fan till the day I die. So I don't care what the Rays doing. I really don't. It doesn't matter. I don't care if we don't have the Bucks, but to spend millions of dollars when people need shelter, people need clothing, people need a decent education, people need mental health help. That's just to name a few. The companies get the tax break. They want to increase the property taxes for the homeowner. So where are they winning at? Where are they winning at? Where are they winning at? What are they doing? They're using us. It's a tool because, man, listen, I keep telling you, I used to make smoothies with the little frozen fruit come out the store, $5.87 a bag. Overnight, that bag of fruit went up to $13 and something. Within less than, because I closed that night, I got to work like 7, 8 that morning, and I got hey, look what happened right here. So now you got to buy fresh fruit, and then you got some idiots out there. You have some idiots out there who, well, if you can't afford it, you can't eat it. Wow, so I got to fill myself with all this gluten. I got to give myself high blood pressure and diabetes because I can't afford to eat healthy. I got 5, 6 children, but my garden can be so big in my yard. I can have chickens, but I can't have a rooster to make more chickens. Come on, y'all. I grew up in Largo. The chickens and the roosters still walk across right there in Ridgecrest. You know, y'all say Ridgecrest. I grew up in Harmony Homes because Ridgecrest used to just be the other side of the highway. Now y'all want it all. But, man, you can have that. And the same people in Ridgecrest, I remember the friends, so-called friends in Ridgecrest. Y'all ran Wendy from the Morning Star, made sure Wendy got bought out, but you never helped her. She saved a building that was history. Mr. JT them built that. Jackson's, all them big gospel groups used to come there, man. Mr. JT died. Y'all didn't want the building because you really didn't like Mr. JT either. And so Wendy get the building to save it. She want, hey, you can open up offices. We can get businesses going. You got church services. Nobody wanted to do that. So the hood started living there. Oh, they can't do that. I can't stand that. Now it's gone. By Habitat for Humanity building. And show me how many people out that neighborhood were able to get a Habitat home in that neighborhood. Yeah, let's step on it. It's a very vicious cycle. See, when you tell me about, they're leaders, see, that's why I tell you, I'm not your leader. I'm not your leader. Let the Spirit lead you. Hey, listen, the wise men found baby Jesus in Bethlehem in a manger, following the stars. Let that lead you. Don't lead, because I'm fallible. But I'm going to switch out on you for money. I ain't going to switch out on you for a feeling. I'm real people. That's not good leadership. The leadership we have has to be known, has to have the position, has to have the organization. But great advice, free advice, the way out, the way to make it. Now you end up with your head cut off on a cross. That's leadership. Leadership's willing to die for you. Leadership's not compromising. You know, I'm watching the movie Rustin, and A. Philip Randolph then was going to march on Washington about being poor and this and that, about rights, equal rights. And then Truman came through and integrated, I think it was Truman, came through and integrated the military and the Department of Defense. But what did that do for the rest of America? What did that do for the rest of America? We walking down the street saying, hey, I'm a man, I'm a woman. Equal. We could be separate. Our people said separate but equal. Separate but equal. We paying taxes to this government. Matter of fact, Mr. Tom around here Jewing me for all my crops I done got because I got a blanket and it was cold. Because I got 2 extra pieces of wood for fire. But the government wasn't there to help you with that. The government was the ones taking that. Ku Klux Klan march on Washington, wasn't nothing done. Laturin marching in Birmingham and Bull Connor, them watching them down with water hoses, beating on them. If you don't stop calling me, for real, I don't even know who this is. Don't call me. Listen. The thing about it is this, y'all. We gotta wake up, the individual, because collectively, everybody's not gonna do it. Everybody doesn't make it the same way. Your trials and tribulations are different than mine. It's like, oh, all black people go through the same thing. No, the hell we don't. All white people do this. No, the hell they don't. All Asians do this. No, the hell they don't. But see, you're listening to somebody else. You're letting someone guide you. That's how you stay in the vicious cycle. Because once the eyes are open and you can see, there is no excuse. This world is here to consume us. This world is the reason we getting diabetes. Worried about the cares of the world. But we don't give a damn about the people. That's why these fathers walk away. You really didn't give a damn. That's why these mothers walk away. They really didn't give, or they just can't do it. And there was no one there to tell them, hey, you lay with dogs, you get fleas. You ain't laying with no damn dog, girl. That's a man. You a woman. If the man a dog, what that make you? Dogs don't sleep with cows. Dogs don't sleep with lions. Dogs sleep with dogs. And unless they call you the female version of the dog, you don't want it. That's a vicious cycle. Because what your mama went through, because what you seen your mama went through, that's all right. No, it's not all right, because we created a generation of whores. Listen to me. I posted Hosea 4:10 the other day. And it said they eat and ain't satisfied. They continue in their whoredom. And listen, they're not prospering because they did not take heed to the Lord. Period. You want to we got the first black councilman. We got the first black mayor. We got the first black principal at Dunedin. We got the first black regional director. We got the first black president of this. What the hell that's done for you? Because at night when you're crying, in the morning when you get up with your vision blurred, when you go through life and you're getting scarred every day, what the hell has that done for us? Well, I remember when they got there and that did something for us. That didn't do a damn thing for us. That increased their income. That afforded them a better place to live. But if you do it, see, you got to do it like this here. Well, I was born with a lot of skills. I've been gifted with a lot of things. I have learned a lot of things. But kissing somebody ain't one of them. Selling my soul for a mess of porridge ain't one of them. Think like this. And it sounds, oh, that's harsh. See, that's why he ain't trying to. But if you're about the truth makes you free. The truth make you free. A lot of things we do, we don't have to do. Well, they sent the drugs in the community. That does not mean that you have to do the drugs. That don't mean you have to do the drugs. That don't mean we have to sell the drugs. Well, my lights was due, so I let them run a train on me. No, you didn't have to do that. It'll be better to be without lights than to lose yourself. Come on, y'all. This is the vicious cycle we in. Used to be, listen, they buying the projects out. But if you think about it, projects here in Clearwater, what they were started in the 40s, and the school teachers and all them, somebody, they stayed there. So then they figured out they could live in a better place. The government made it where, oh, you making more money, you can move over here to this part. They moved out there, and the projects became for all the poor people. School teacher didn't even come back to visit them. Wouldn't even come back to tutor the children. So they could do better. So then the projects is a bad place for all these years, and it's a police presence and all of this, and the mothers need to do this, and if the man there, you can't do that. Claudine, listen, Hollywood show you some stuff. The movie Claudine, Diane Carroll and James Earl Jones. He was there. Hey, listen, when the welfare lady showed up, they had to hide the toaster. They had to hide the iron because you couldn't freaking have one. So no doubt there's not a man there. But when the man came along, the garbage man came along. The garbage man came along. And he said, no, baby, this is what we gonna do. He talked to the sons. Hey, man, bro, listen, this ain't how you gonna make it. This how you gonna make it. Took a man's part. So when the welfare came back, the lady had to be quiet because the man said, baby, you ain't got to come back here. Don't ever come back here. Why? Because I'm here. Because I'm here. No, the lady, hey, just found out the lady, oh my God, sister work for DC up and be at work drinking. So what's your attitude like? We got drug addicts everywhere. That's like my son say, hey, doctor, he say, I tried smoke, but the doctors give me the dope to cope with it. No, you don't need that. I made up mine. All of us got wrong in our life. You don't want me to call you a sinner. All of us got wrong in our life. But if we can straighten out the wrong in our life, everything's going to be all right. You the only Jesus somebody going to see. No, the hell I ain't. You going to see Jesus when you see him. And hopefully you on the right with the sheep. Let's talk about this money. Because the vicious cycle comes in there. Man, you going here and the reverend getting paid. The reverend get paid, the musicians get paid, the lights get paid, and they still paying on these buildings, and they get paid. But here you is with a $200 light bill, and I let me give you a budgeting course. Let me give you this. But like I said, Gwen, when I asked about where all this money went, that ain't none of my business. You giving. But you gotta, hopefully some other person giving is giving to your bosom, because where you giving at ain't finna give you nothing. Ain't gonna give you nothing. They'll give to the, God commanded us to help people, and the church, the body of Christ, gonna give to an organization before it give to a member in the body. And you wonder why we sick, Marshall. Marshall, we sick. That's a game. That's a bunch of BS. This is the vicious cycle that we are in. Should say, I need a man, Miss Seeley, a man. Here it is, my nigga. I got my nigga around here. What? If you got a nigga, you ain't got a man. My lady over here, man, I want a woman next to me. I need a woman. You need a man. Then you got to have somebody to find for the same dude. All y'all out here, it's women saying, he right, because these women need to do this. Well, you must hate women. Hate being a woman. Because if I call you a female dog, it's an issue. I can't believe he said that. Here it is. He calling you a fat, angry, no good, Horace. And you take it, oh yeah, well I should. Well, you shouldn't talk to me like that. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Girl, you valuable. Brother, you more. He started out talking to the brothers, but I guess the brothers, man, I don't want to hear this. And then here he go down with a prostitute in the room. I don't want that. I want a woman, my woman. Don't you want your man? I done had plenty. But I want my woman. I want my lady. This is the thing. We don't claim anything but the hood, but the streets, but the job. Negro won't claim the churn. But this my lady. Beyonce said one thing, right? Put a ring on it. But that don't make it yours either, because they off the chain too. It's a vicious cycle out here. But then when the fallout comes to our children. The hurt is on our children. The disdain comes from our children. The community is hurt. The family hurt from our children. The community hurt from our children. Hell, you tell the little girl, oh, that baby bringing shame on our family. Hell, what about the ones you and your mammy had before you was married? That 9, 10, 11. How they bringing shame? And it started back deeper than that because they'll send you to Georgia. And, oh, her husband died on the railroad. Oh, he got killed in the Orange Grove. No, it wasn't Uncle Bud. That's Uncle Buddy child. That's your brother child. But the girl about shame. So now she's mentally disturbed. That little boy mentally disturbed because Uncle Chester messed with him. But you'll blame, oh no, that's so no, you got to stop that and blowing I can't talk like that. Listen, doing whatever you got. Hey, they went riding and I ain't seen them since. Well, ain't nothing wrong with that. See, we read these books and we say they're religious books, but in the other breath, you say that's the word of God. But in the word of God, it tell you it'll be better for you to be on a wagon wheel with a millstone around your neck and that thing take you down and drag you up than to mess with them. Then you got the police officer here in Clearwater out there done took the woman because the lady jaywalking. He ride the lady around about 5 times to different spots on the beach, got her performing sexual acts against her will. And then all the police said, this is just terrible. We're going to find out if he did any more. Find out if the rest of them did it. They fired Officer Bright out there in Ridgecrest. He was the community officer. They fired him because he was just having sex with women and one got mad. So he was immoral. But you want me to be moral. That little boy can't eat. His mama's a junkie. His daddy a junkie. He can't eat. That's why he was selling that dope. Yep, everything revealed at the funeral. That's when we get together at the funeral. Oh, we need to get together besides the funeral. How the hell we gonna get together and keep it real when you got something against me? You don't like who I'm sleeping with. But twin, I'm finna keep real. You don't like who I'm saying, and that's who I'm bringing. So before all the slick words come, before all them ignorant behind questions come, I'm not going. I had somebody tell me, my wife been dead over a year. Come on, I got something to get against you. I say, what? Oh, you didn't invite me to her thing. I say, invite you to a memorial service. I say, no. And you ain't called nobody. I say, hey, you right. I didn't call nobody. I turned both my phones off and threw them in my drawer. What? Because I didn't want to talk. The hell I'm going to call you for? Man, I'm shattered. And people want more from you. I'm like Warren Sapp. I ain't got no more to give. So I ain't even going to try. But then when it's to reciprocate to you, it ain't there. And it's a reason why. Then you want me to, let's get together and eat because family need to be. No, that's not family. Straighten me. Kin folks, skin folks, no folks. You see, y'all, the essence of us is how do you stand in this time? In that hard time, can you do what you got to do for you? Listen, it's a reason you might sell some of that cat. But you ain't got to sell it all the time. It's the reason I was out there selling dope. But I ain't got to sell dope all the time. Come on, y'all. Let's keep it 100. Ain't no skeleton in your closet. Because like King David say, I see it every day. I relive it damn near every day. But I keep going. Ain't no doubt. I ain't got no doubt. I ain't got no shame. I ain't got none of that. You got that for me. So I choose not to fool with you. Like I said, you want a leader, a guy. Here's a man. John the Baptist could have been anything he wanted to in religion. His daddy was a man, was one of the people. He could have been anything he wanted in religion. But he chose to go to the desert and say, repent, join the kingdom of God. The kingdom of God coming, judgment coming. That's what John the Baptist did. John the Baptist wore camel hair and a big belt, and he ate locusts and honey. Oh, he's weird. He's psychotic. But he didn't follow that. We got to dare to be different. We got to dare not to be in that vicious cycle. We got to dare not to be our mamas, our daddies. And you can't fight it. I remember teaching taught Sunday school for years. And I used to tell them, because I remember that. I say, hey, don't fight. not being your mama. Don't fight not being your daddy. Don't fight being like the people around you, because that thing you fight, you usually become. Because in order to beat it, you got to become it times 10. Come on, y'all. And then you're it times 10. Don't do that. Follow that path that you beating out for yourself. Huh? Do what I want to be this. Go do that. I don't want to be like them. You ain't got to worry about them. Got to worry about us. My son went to college, and I went up there to visit one time. So I asked his girlfriend, I said, yeah, I said, where you get this? I said, from him. He said, yeah, daddy, you told me I'm going to be hungry someday, but I made sure I ain't hungry. My son, he doing his own thing. Dude, you get it. There's an end to everything. There's an end to daycare. There's an end to preschool. There's an end to pre-K. There's an end to elementary school. There's an end to middle school. There's an end to high school. There's an end to your undergrad. There's an end to your master's. There's an end to the doctors. But what are you doing after that? Ain't no way we seen our people struggle so much, and then we get in, we want to struggle too under the hands of the same people. Thing about it is the slave will burn up the plantation. The slave will get killed. The slave was sold off because they were militant to a work, but they didn't go for that. This the part they don't teach you. Ron DeSantis want to take Ruby Bridges off the shelf. They been took if anybody asks you who I am off the shelf. I know he done took off a Stolen Legacy off the shelf. I know LeBron Bennett before the Mayflower off the shelf. Because this is where they show you, hey, it wasn't all this here. This is what went on. We had this. We had that. Oh, they stole our inventions. Damn it, invent something else. Steal it back. Well, they say you can't live an eye for an eye. I ain't took his eye. I took my stuff back. Oh, the devil gonna give it back. That's a lie from the pit of hell. Job lost everything he had at the hands of the devil because God let him, but he kept following God. Look what he got in the end. See, it's a reason you read. Reading used to take you somewhere. That's what they tell you. Reading used to take you somewhere. The Bible on a 5th grade level at the most. But it takes, remember, picture pages. You can, if you read a book about flying around the world and you envision that, it's like you flew around the world. But then that ought to motivate us to want to fly around the world. Dude tell me, man, you ought to go to Dubai. Damn, Dubai, I want to go to Brazil. That's where I'm headed. Brazil. What? Because I just want to go to Brazil. From reading National Geographic when I was a little boy. Now I'm motivated. Ain't got nothing to stop. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get out this vicious cycle of the government's going to do this for us. We need affordable housing. Let's make some affordable housing. Hey, Uncle Dan, there's a lot more Uncle Dans. You know, they started Ridgecrest. People started out there with the little field at the white folks. You know, the white people gave you this. Hey, listen, they ain't got to give us nothing. Let's get together and purchase us 500 acres. They for sale around here. Let's get together and purchase us 500 acres. Let's develop them 500 acres. Let's build our own communities. And be damned if we go out like Rosewood. Die and go to hell before we go out like Black Wall Street. I'm serious this morning. Let's get out the cycle. Let's get out that cycle. Because the police taking women and they taking coochie out there on the beach. Then the police appalled. But then they back in our community because they got a new police chief here in Clearwater. I don't know what y'all got going on with Holloway down there or wherever else you at, with Bob. I don't know what you got, but then they around here, oh, you done increase the police presence because we got a new police chief. The election's coming up and you got to appear tough on crime. It's a lot of crime in Clearwater. The people in Palm Harbor begging for you to get the gangs out of there. But here you come, it's 4 people on the corner and they rappers and they're a gang. That's a vicious, no, we gonna stop that. We gonna stop that. Gonna be on the block talk. Now don't worry about the police. Let's talk to these brothers and sisters. Don't start your 501c3. Come from right here. You got a heart. I have a heart for ministry. You start a 501c3. No, nigga, you got a heart. Excuse my name. No, nigga, you got a heart for no taxes. You got a heart for doing better. Real talk, man. In our spare time, what do? We on Facebook, we drink, we eat, we all this, but we're not satisfied. Then we sleeping with this one, that one, the same sex, whatever. We do all of this, all of this, all of this, all of this, all of this. We do all of this and not satisfied. And we commit this and we wipe our mouths and say we ain't done no wrong, but we have. Oh, well, you know, we got the military integrated and we'll try something else. Yeah, them people didn't ride the bus for a year and all it would have took was no, you finna let them ride this bus. Schools was integrated in the 50s right here in Pinellas County. It was damn near 1970 before they integrated. It's something about a policy. It's something about saying something. It ain't worth a damn if it ain't enforced. It ain't gonna do you no good if you can't enforce it. Dr. King had that dream walking down the street with white people. Hell, we grew up in the neighborhood and everybody looked like us and we can't walk together. i.e. 19 churches in 4 square miles. But I need Kevin Samuel to tell me how to be a man or what a woman's supposed to do and treat me like. Hell, I might want a slut. I might need the freak of the week to wake up to. I don't need him to tell me that. I just need her to be my freak. She might want me to be around here off the, oh my gosh, you like to do this, but let's do it. That's what you need to make it, brother, sister. You don't need 9 children from 14 women or men. You don't need them on that time about you not the father, you are the father. Be somebody. Be a kid. I've learned something, boy, over the years in my life. I learned to be a caretaker. That's so much bigger than being a husband, a father, all of that. A caretaker. When you got to give all yourself to somebody. Who's here to take care of us? Where's our Moses? Where's our righteous kings? Everybody a king and we got a bunch of degenerates running around. Brother told me, Gwen, talking about we ought to move to Africa. So I'm looking at Burundi, right? Looking at this thing, Burundi, me and my babe, me and my love. I'm sitting there watching Burundi. And I'm like, well, dang. But then it came back to me. I remember telling the dude, he said, we got to go to Africa and take over. I said, well, the first thing I do is go there and knock all the heads off and everybody associated with them. He said, why? I say, because the thing is, these are the ones that are holding our people. They're holding their people down. Think about it. The people come through, they drop the aid and the soldiers come take it. They can't fly but so low to drop the aid off because they'll get shot out the sky. But the people hungry and they come take it. No, you got to go out of here. No, ain't no lock them up. Yeah, I'm going to lock them up in hell. God will judge them. The Undertaker address them if that's what they want to. But the genocide goes on with the poor people. Rwanda went on with poor people. The Belgians did that to them poor folks in Burundi. Yeah, man, them was cruel people. They cruel people. See, I ain't got to call no color of these countries. The British, the Portuguese, the Germans, the Irish, the Italians, the Spanish. Them cruel people to us. Oh, but they like us. They black. No, the hell they ain't. They ain't been through with us. They put it on us. They teach you more about a damn conquistador than they will the Buffalo Soldier. But they took the Buffalo Soldier to knock the Native American off. To knock the Japanese off. To win the war. That's vicious, man. Brothers went to war thinking, I can come home to this, come home and it's still, nigga, you go to that bathroom or not. Like the brother Rusty said, you done went there. The crowning achievement of the NAACP is Brown v. Boyd. But them children get out of school and see black colored only signs, white only, colored only signs. The fight over with. Then this same clown, oh, if you gonna do this in Washington, we're out. But then when the brother put the Washington thing together, oh, we're in. Of course. Yes, we're here. You've got to humble yourself to this because it's supposed to be a 2-day march. Let me show you what happened. The second day after the speech, where they were supposed to surround the White House and sing. protest at the White House and say, NAACP, no, we can't do this. It's going to be one. First, the government say no, but we know the First Amendment say we got the right to peacefully assemble and protest. You can't show where King them was doing all that. That's what they would do. But no, you can't do this. So then they get the biggest organizations, the ones they fund, and say, no, you can't do this. You can't do this. You can't do this. You can't do this. You gonna do it like this. So they shut it down. And that brother was school. He was talking about, man, take what you can. Damn, taking what I can. Dogs get the crumbs that come from the children's table. Am I not more than a damn dog? Come on, y'all. Birds eat good every day. They got nests to live in. Are we not better than that? The lilies in the field, even though they cut them down, they come back beautiful and joyous with all the color. Am I not more than that? The devil rays are in $1 billion industry, and you want to take millions of dollars from us to rename them? Are we not better than that? They want a new stadium. You're going to take all these millions of dollars and then give me 20% in a damn community that I don't want to live in, that I'll never own anything in. Am I not more than that? Are we not? We the people? And you can tell me about Jesus, Muhammad, and a few more things, but am I not more than what's going on? And if I don't succumb to it, you around me don't. Like I said, you the one in my community. Oh, no, it's a good thing because we could go sell popcorn. And how much do that do for me living in this high-priced ass community? That was just a poet's place. Listen, St. Pete, South St. Pete, the poet's place in Pinellas County, along with High Point, Lealman, Tarpon Springs. But damn, you got all these millions of dollars to rename a damn baseball team? No, man. See, when you go through history, go through French history, this Belgium, Belgium speaks French, but go through French history. They talk about Maria Antoinette and Frederick, whatever the number was behind him, Francis, whatever the king name was, and they were sitting there, and they misquoted it. The people hungry. They can't eat. They say she told them, well, let them eat cake. Them people chopped their heads off the insurrection. In Russia, the Tsar had some other stuff going on. All of a sudden, the Bolsheviks come. The revolution come. The revolution came. What happened to the Tsar and his ministers, his family, his cousins, the one associated with him? What did the people do? The Chinese Revolution, what did the people do? And here we is, pray about it. Pray about it. Pray about it. Fool, you following a revolutionary. You following a natural-born world changer. You follow the creator of heaven and earth. What you mean, pray about it? He say the blood gonna fill up to the horse's bridle. And you right, pray about it. Don't shed no blood. Just drink this grape juice. No, bro. And listen, don't get it twisted, bro. I got my own cups here. I take body broken for me. Eat all of it. I take the blood shed for me and many for the remission of sins, and I drink all of it. I just don't fool with you. I can't be a Baptist. I can't be a Methodist. I can't be a Pentecostal. Listen, I ain't finna join no fraternities, no sororities, no secret society. That's not who I am because I don't believe in that. If we ain't friends now, if I wouldn't feed you now, I damn sure ain't gonna feed you later. If I feed you now, if I do something for you now and expect something in return, what the hell you think I'm gonna do later? Because we took we brothers and sisters. That's the lie. It's a vicious cycle out here. It's a vicious cycle out here. I don't wear boots, so I can't pull myself up through no bootstraps. But I know better than to spend my money on a damn baseball team when it's cold out here. And these people racked up at St. Vincent de Paul's in the cold, just waiting for a meal, hoping they could get a bed in somewhere warm tonight. Because you can't take but so many people, because what the fire marshal say. I know that the program that helps pay light bills, they say, I found this out, the girls say they ain't got money. They don't have money, but they just got millions of dollars. Well, maybe that started in January or something like that. But I know that's a lie from the pit of hell. I know where they collecting $15,000 to $40,000 a damn week in tithes and offerings, and ain't got nothing else to do with it, they ain't gonna help you. So that means we got to help each other. If we can help somebody while we traveling along, cheer somebody up with a word or song, show someone where they traveling wrong, then we're not living in vain. But hey, if I got 10 Phantom Rolls Royces, I'm #1 on Billboard, I got the top blog on the internet, I can go around the world and doing that and doing that and doing that and doing that, but I ain't got no love for you, I ain't done nothing for nobody. One day, the angel gonna say, you fool, your soul required tonight. What the hell I'm gonna do, try to write it all off in a day? No. I'm not convinced that God gave us our defense mechanism to just keep being beat up. Thank you. Man, listen, I see what Jesus went in. Y'all talk about Jesus all day, but I don't know what their topic they sermon. But when Jesus walked in the temple and they were exchanging money, they were selling doves. They were merchandising at the church. Say Jesus platted up a cat of 9 tails and went to work in that thing. This house supposed to be a house of prayer, and you done turned it into a den of thieves. See why they killed Jesus the man? He messed with the money. He turned the tables over. But you'll probably get in there when things ain't going right. I go in there and say, God gonna tap that ass. Then I'm wrong. Oh, you can't say that. But what did he do? He tapped that ass up out the temple. Come on, y'all. Let's be for real. For real. Jesus fed people. He ain't feeding no 5,000 people like this. Hell, you ain't fed 5 people with what you got in your refrigerator. But you can knock this. See, it's something about when it's time to do, there's always an excuse. There's always some stuff you don't believe. Yeah, listen, when the idea comes, you don't kill an impulse before it starts pulsing. You can't kill it yet. But that's what we do. We go to, I'm thinking about that in this. Joseph say, hey man, I had a dream and I was like this. Everybody got jealous. Told his pappy, I had a dream. They said, oh, you mean I'm going to bow down and serve him? God forbid. This man, brothers took him and left him for dead. Sold him into slavery and had to come right back. Had to come right back because of that. Because Joseph didn't know. Faith is blind. Didn't know, but I'm going to believe this. I'm finna be on the top. Joseph had a gift to interpret dreams, and he interpreted them dreams. But one day, the king had a problem, and he was finna kill everybody who couldn't help him with it. And somebody remember, hey, I know a man who can help you. See, you don't believe that'll happen today. You got to believe that, the man making these millions of dollars at the NAACP gonna help us. That's a lie. Oh, these folks down here at the United Way to Urban League, they gonna do so much in what they can. But that don't relieve pain. That don't relieve suffering. That don't kill hunger. That don't kill nakedness. That don't kill loneliness. That don't kill despair. But it increases disdain. Y'all, we got to wake up today. Support small businesses. Hell no, support them hungry folks on the block that the police roll. Same city, Clearwater. You roll up and you want ID from the homeless. It's raining. These people under honor. Oh, you kick them out in the rain? Boy, it's a nice part of hell for you. A nice part of hell for you. And you're going. Pastor said Sunday, you ain't supposed, you just don't, but it's the time. Yeah, you going to hell. It was my job. Your job will send you to hell. I had a pastor tell me, these people pay me. I got to do what they say. So they tell you to do wrong and you do wrong. You going to hell. Willingly. So for those of us who got to pick red or blue, black or white, pink and green, purple and gold, black and all y'all need this. All y'all need this. Man, you can continue with your rituals and go to hell. Or you can step out of that. You won't denounce that in the name of all that whatever. And you ain't got to denounce it. You just got to do this. My great-grandmother had a 7th grade education, greatest person I ever met. And she said, boy, you can't get to heaven with hate in your heart. You can't get to heaven doing people wrong. Make sure you're good outweigh your bad. Because that same Jesus said, make sure your righteousness outweigh those of the scribes and the Pharisees. Make sure you more righteous than pastor. And if for some reason you get there and you know, hey man, these people here corrupt, all of them corrupt, they sit there, but then, oh, that's a pastor. I gotta meet a pastor. Man, damn that. I know God just like he do, don't you? Jesus died for my sins like he did his, don't you? Because these folks ain't got to do nothing but get a piece of paper and say who they are, and the people accept them. I don't got that paper. I got a paper say license. I didn't need that. Man told me, oh, I could take them license. I told him you could take them and wipe your behind with them. And I didn't say behind. You do that with them. I don't need that because it flows out. Man, go get you some Holy Spirit. Get your soul saved. Hey, get your soul saved. And when the power comes, you'll have it. And I guarantee you, no matter how hard the day was, it wasn't that hard. No matter what you didn't have, I bet you gonna get it. It's something about having enough. It's something about having enough that it'll overflow. The lady say, we ain't got nothing to eat. I'm going to make this cake, and me and my son going to die. The man say, make me the cake. She made the cake. Next thing she know, she had enough stuff to feed other folks. They ran out of line at the wedding. Lady said, man, do this. Hey, when it got done, when it was all said and done, they was drinking their best. They was drinking. I remember drinking MD 2020. Good morning, Nikki. Listen, I remember drinking MD 2020 and Brass Monkey and all the Christian Brothers and Hennessy. No, I don't drink that no more. I drink Top Shelf. Make my Long Island with the Top Shelf. Do you hear me? That's where we go. You say from glory to glory to glory. Oh, he talking about drinking. Damn right. Yeah. Whatever you do, you do. But there are things that we're doing that we should not do, that we don't have to do. Like I said, you gonna spend millions of dollars on a damn consulting firm and more millions of dollars for that rename a baseball team, and all them people right there at St. Vincent's, not far from City Hall, waiting for a damn meal. You're going to hell, and you ought to go. I'm gonna be the one. They say out of the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses confirmed. I'm gonna be there saying, no, they helped the baseball team. They ain't feed them people. They didn't help them people. And it's welfare needed, but it's a stepping stone.